Assalamu alaikum, namaste, hotep, shalom alaikum, peace. This is Tracy Lene Muhammad, and I wanted a few minutes of your time to talk to you about forgiveness. I am using the Inner Peace cards deck by Dr. Wayne Dyer, who has since transcended and is now living back in the soul peace. But I love the deck. And today I drew this card, and it says, the mantra is, I forgive myself and then I move on. And the explanation of it is, you can sit there forever lamenting about how bad you've been, feeling guilty until you die, and not one tiny slice of that guilt will do anything to change anything in the past. So I wanted to take a few minutes of your time to talk to you about the importance of self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness is the key to opening up your entire life. And what I mean by that is, in order to live the most authentic life you can't have guilt, shame, blame, unworthiness, selfishness, any of those things in the way. And the way to get rid of those is to forgive yourself for the things you've done that have shamed you, or made you blame yourself, or made you feel guilty about hurting someone else. And in no way am I saying that their feelings aren't valid and that you are going to get away with what you've done, because you're not. But until you forgive yourself and you're able to walk that road that forgiveness takes, that self-forgiveness, understanding that if you've harmed somebody intentionally or not, they still hurt and they're valid. So if they should come to you and tell you that you've hurt them, one of the most damaging things you can do for yourself is to deny that you've hurt them. And the reason why I say it's more damaging for yourself, because I'm of the school of thought that anything that comes to me is coming to show me something, one, about myself, it's a karmic debt that I'm being paid, or just to show me how great and wonderful I really am because how I handle the situation. So when it comes to me, it's not about me. When someone does something to you that hurts you, it's about them, their damage, their dysfunction. How you handle it speaks to your damage and your dysfunction. And what I mean by that is, when somebody harms you, they're only operating out of the space of information they have about themselves, their unworthiness of themselves. The most common hurt is relationship hurt, where one partner will hurt another partner through infidelity or lying or the myriad of things. You know what you're dealing with. If you were to step back, you would see that that really wasn't about you. I was watching Jay Petty this morning. He's on YouTube, and a really good spiritual soul sister of mine shared it in our group chat. And what it was basically about is understanding that when you've been hurt, the person who did the hurting really is the one that has all of the blame, the shame, the guilt, and all of that. But we're talking about, let's say that's you, because we're talking about self-forgiveness. So let's say you've been the one to hurt someone. You have to forgive yourself first. When you forgive yourself first, if it's appropriate, you can go to the person and ask their forgiveness. If that's not appropriate, like you've hurt them so badly that being in your space just causes anxiety, or they just get really angry, then you can write it all out. I suggest that you write it all out anyway, because what that does is taking the thoughts from your mind to the paper, is putting it in a physical space, and now you can take that physical and forgive it, burn it up, and keep moving. Not in an arrogant, so I did it, oh well, get over it. That's not forgiveness. That is your ego protecting or thinking that it's protecting you when it's not. You can ask them forgiveness. Perhaps they've already transitioned, so you can sit in meditation and ask permission to talk to the soul that that person once embodied and ask forgiveness. You would be surprised at how much weight lifts off of you when you do the work of self-forgiveness. You can tell people who haven't forgiven themselves because they live that way. They're very angry. Sometimes they're very sick. Sometimes they're very overweight or very underweight. It's a lot of stuff going on. They're very clumsy. They just can't seem to get that footing in life. And it's because there's some self-shame and blame and guilt going on. And Jay Petty was talking today about how most times when somebody hurts you, you don't look at how dysfunctional they are. You think, well, why did they do this to me? I must be ugly. I must be fat. I must be this. You started putting it all on you. But in reality, he didn't say this part, but this came to me because I believe that we all are spiritual guides and we have something to teach. And when our brain comes to this realization, it's nice to share it because you may resonate with someone. I believe that when someone does something to me that hurts me, it is an opportunity for me to look into myself to see where I'm hurting me. Where am I devaluing myself that I was a magnet to attract more devaluation to myself? When I start to do the work on me, most times those people just fall away. There are some lifetime relationships that don't fall away, and you learn to meet them where they are. And, you know, I know that I'm not the only one saying this. And earlier this morning, in one of my negative moments, I was feeling like, Tracy, maybe you're a fraud because you're just taking stuff that other people are saying and saying it. Well, I don't originate any of these thoughts. The thoughts that I originate for myself, I share with you. But if I'm regurgitating something that someone else said, I try my best to give them the credit because I believe that I am a vessel for spiritual healing, but I'm just one of many vessels. We're all here to help one another. We all took bodies so that we could grow spiritually. We all have karmic lessons. We all have lessons, whether they're karmic or not, that we're here. And when we open up and share, we can heal the whole world with that. One little thing that you say may make the difference in somebody maybe about to blow their head off or saying, maybe I just need to go get some help. That's why I believe that it's very important that you're kind to everyone you meet because everybody's battling something. The first person you should be kind to is yourself, and that's through self-forgiveness. Forgive yourself. And when you forgive yourself, if you can make amends, make the amends. Let your ego say, look, ego, I'm going to let my soul take care of this one because I think that I need some soul healing and I want to do right by life and by other people. So I'm going to forgive myself and now I'm going to show up and let that go. One of the things forgiveness is not is an what's the word I'm looking for? It's not the way for you to keep doing something to someone over and over and over and over and over and over again, because that's not forgiveness. You're not something because you do it once outside of rapist, murdering, molesting. You do it once. That's who you are, in my opinion. But there are other things that just because you do it once doesn't make that's who you are. But if you continue to do it over and over, if I tell one lie, that does not make me a liar. But if I continuously tell lies, I become a liar. If I continuously steal, I become a thief. If you continuously commit adultery, you are an adulterer, period. Now, can you change from those things? I believe you can if you want to. I even believe that if you have done those things that for me are horrific, you can be forgiven. I'm not the author of it. And I do believe that you came here with that, and because I just believe that everything happens exactly as it should. So with that, there are things I have to accept. I may not like it, but I have to accept it. And I may not quite understand it. So I don't speak on the things I don't understand. I just speak on the things that I've understood. And self-forgiveness is one of them. If you've murdered somebody, you still got to forgive yourself. If you've molested someone, you still got to forgive yourself. But in those cases, one, the person can't get their life back. So that's the first one. And two, if you've molested someone, you've taken something from them that it's going to take a lot for them to show up in the world. Now, they have the opportunity to show up in the world and get rid of all that stuff. But I believe that those types of people are what I consider, I guess I can't say that because then that would be me judging. Now, I'm on my journey. I'm on my path, so I'm not perfect. There are gurus who have so much more understanding about that. I'm not one. I'm at that level where I'm meeting people where they are. I'm learning to do that. So if I say something that is incorrect for you spiritually, doesn't resonate, charge it to my head and not to my heart. And what I mean by that is my heart is continuously opening up and trying to grow and be the best version of Tracy that it can be. And I can fall short of that. But with self-forgiveness, I forgive myself and I move on. I'll be 51 this year. And I can proudly with joy and a lot of love say that I don't purposely hurt people anymore. I don't do that because, for one, I'm 50 years old and I've been on a spiritual path my entire life. I've gone through Christianity and Islam to now a spiritual path. And I think what's so wonderful and unique about that is I've taken the best of all of those and incorporated it into my being. But for me, being free means choosing my own path, not having a set of rituals. I'm not saying it's wrong, because I think it works for a lot of people. And for me, they both worked for a while. But when they stopped working, I had to be honest with my authentic self and know that they didn't stop working because I just wanted to go out and have, wild, illicit sex with strange men, or I just wanted to be naked and show the world my body, or drink and smoke, and I didn't want rules and regulations. None of that was happening before I came to religion. And so I knew that that wasn't going to be happening when I walked away from religion and from schools of thoughts. For me, I was thinking about this yesterday with a really good friend of mine who's very spiritual. And we were talking about when you go to school to become a doctor, you do 5 years? Well, you go undergrad and then you go to medical school. But eventually you leave the school and you become a practicing doctor. Religion, I believe, was to get you, because we come in this world that has so much stuff in it, blocking it, that religion was like hey, you're a spiritual being. Do this, this, and this, and you'll open up to the spiritual side of yourself. But once you've done that, I believe, then you leave the religion and you're free to use it all. But I'm in no way saying that you shouldn't stay in your chosen religion for your entire life. That may be what you need. And if it is, do you boo-boo. I promise you, I believe that. Self-forgiveness has me to not only forgive myself for everything, but to recognize that everybody else on the planet has the same rights and ability to forgive themselves for everything. I've taken up enough of your time, and if you've listened this far, I am so grateful, so honored. I will be doing one every single day. I like outside because I love the sun and how it glistens and feels on my body. This dress right here, I didn't make, but I do make them. I wanted you to see it. Isn't it gorgeous? I found it at Marshall's and I really liked it, so I bought it, deciding that I can make it, but I can buy this one and then I can make me some more, because it's like really cute for the summer, and a girl loves her cowboy boots. So that's me promoting the fact that I have this wonderful talent of sewing. I also wanted to give you another opportunity to join me June 3rd for the Audubon 30 Clean Day Challenge, eating challenge. Now, I have been on it since March 23rd. Feel great, and I see the weight coming off of me. It's first coming off of here, and as it comes off of here, it starts to come off of my body, because I no longer have the need to eat foods that don't serve me. So you can join me with that. Audubon also has makeup. See, really nice makeup. It's just a company that's concerned about the environment and wanting us to still look good and feel good, but caring about the planet. You can learn more tonight, which is the 28th of May, on a Facebook Live that I'm doing at 8 p.m. If you want to be on it, just inbox me. Let me know. I'll give you the information for it. I would never force anybody to have to open up their inbox and just see stuff from me without me talk to you personally and say, hey, I'm going to send you this, because I think it's intrusive. Not saying that y'all should stop doing it. If that's what you do, sending 1,000,001. If you don't send this to 500 people in the next 2 seconds, then some God is going to strike you down and not ever bless you again. I don't think it works that way. Anywho. Or I do inspirational t-shirts and hats. I also am a yoga teacher. So I'm really grateful and blessed that this time on the planet I decided to show up with all these amazing talents, and I'd love to gift and bless you with them. Of course it costs, because I gotta eat and live just like you do. So we charge for our talents, which is a good thing. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. I hope that not only today, but that all of your days are filled with love, joy, peace, and the understanding that at any moment you can stop, drop, and roll. You can stop your destructive behavior. You can drop to your knees. You can sprawl out on your face. You can sprawl out on your back. You can do whatever you need to do. Call on the higher power in you of your understanding and ask for forgiveness to forgive yourself. And then you can roll out a plan, the blueprint, the way that you will never make those same choices again. Write it out, and then every morning and every night, look at it. Be consistent. Consistency is the key to the life you want. Go have a great day. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste. Hotep. Shalom alaikum. Peace out to Brooklyn and everywhere else.